Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mike Chua, Physical Therapist. Hey, today we've got a special guest. I am here with Ethan Thompson. I haven't seen him in forever, man, but he's from Zynex. He's a representative there, and he comes in here, help us out and everything. But before I keep on going, Ethan, tell us where you're from, man.
Yeah, so I'm from Paris, Tennessee, so kind of in the 308 area. I'm about an hour and a little bit over an hour and a half away. And so grew up in West Tennessee, went to Henry County High School, and then actually took a football scholarship to play at Murray State. And so played football there for 3 years, and then came back to the West Tennessee area and started doing DME supplying and medical sales. So
yeah. You see really John Morant there all the time?
Yeah, so I went to school with John Morant. John Morant was not the same John Morant. He was a lot nicer, a lot cooler back in the day. He got a little too famous for us now, but wish him all the best and stuff. Best of luck, John. We love you, man. And so go Racers.
He's just embracing that Memphis culture.
Yeah. Hey, he's got the big bucks now.
I know, right? So, by the way, you are the territory manager. Could you please tell us what does Zynex Medical do? What are the products that you have, man?
Yeah, so we specialize in non-innovative and non-opioid-based pain management. So basically what we're trying to do is we're not trying to cure pain management. We're just trying to help patients manage their pain relief symptoms. And so kind of what we're known for in the DME world is our Next Wave. So our Next Wave is a 3-in-1 E-Stim device. And so what it does is it does IFC, which is interferential current. Interferential current's about 40 times stronger than a normal TENS unit that you would see at like Amazon or Walmart. And so if you guys have patients that are in pain constantly and can't find any relief through opioids or anything like that, what we offer is a conservative treatment for them. And so they wear it for 30 minutes and they'll get 4 to 6 hours of pain relief just from our one treatment session with our product. So
that's the IFC. How about the TENS?
Yeah, so TENS, it stands for transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. There we go. And so kind of the difference between IFC and TENS is that TENS kind of feels like it's on the surface. And so IFC uses an endorphin release theory. And so what TENS is, so it's kind of, when it's on that surface, kind of feels a little prickly on the skin. And so what it does, it just blocks those pain gates. And so as soon as you take the electrodes or something off when you're using a TENS function, those pain gates flood right back open, and so therefore your pain comes right back. And so
very good, very good. How about the difference? So what he's talking about is this actual device here, this Next Wave here. It has all the 3 options there: the IFC, the TENS, and the NMES. Can you tell us what the NMES means?
Yeah, so it's neuromuscular electrical stimulation. And so basically how we apply that in the world is, so say if you have somebody tear their ACL, what we like to use the acronym of is their quad goes to sleep. And so they have to have something that fires that quad back up. And so what that does, it actually does like a constraining. So NIMS is not supposed to feel the best if you do have weaker muscles, but what it does is it's supposed to jumpstart those muscles back. And so we can kickstart them a little bit and hopefully get you going. So
very good, very good. So just to recap, okay, so the machine that you can buy at Walmart are just TENS units, so transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. It just, it's a one device only. So it triggers your gate control theory. So that's what he was talking about. It stops that pain receptor center. And when you turn it off, hey, it's the pain is gone, the electrical stimulation is gone, so you don't feel the pain. The IFC, what he was talking about, more works like pain management. Pain management. Then the NMES is basically if your muscles are weak and it triggers the electrical impulse and then it contracts that muscle, then you're re-educating that muscle, then you can fire that muscle more, and then you can exercise more. So different levels of muscle grade, you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously it works for them 0, 1, and 2, and 3. But if your muscle is around 4 and 5, you're stronger, you don't have to. But if you just want biofeedback for your patients, or if you're injured, then you can also do the NMES. So I like using it. So far I haven't used it recently, but I'll make sure to get you some of that for your patients. So if you got any patients who needs it, go ahead, reach out to Ethan. There are other machines here, Ethan. What is this? The back brace. We should be showing it, a back brace, you got the knee brace, and then the cervical traction there?
Yeah.
Do you also provide that to your patients? Could you tell us about that too?
Yeah, so we offer different types of back braces. We offer a Pro LSO, which is a 637 and a 627. And so then we also offer a TLSO, which I like to refer to that as the backpack brace. And then we also offer a low profile back brace, which is kind of a smaller one. It's kind of just in the lumbar area, and it's easier for patients to kind of hide if they want to put their shirt
Tell
on
us
and
what
stuff.
LSO means for those people who are watching out there.
Yeah, so LSO stands for lumbosacral orthosis. And so basically when you're providing a patient with an LSO, you have to target where exactly their pain is. And so, for example, a TLSO, which I like to refer to as the backpack brace, they're going to have it more in the upper back region, and we want to kind of straighten out their posture a little bit. So what we offer at Zynex is a cheap TLSO for them. It's a patient-molded, patient-fitted brace. Very easy, that gets covered through insurance and stuff. And so we just want to kind of straighten them out and help their posture a little bit. And then we also offer the LSO, the 627 and the 637. What the difference in those
What are
is...
those numbers? Is it the size or just the model number?
Just the model, so it's a little bit higher on the 637 is going to go a little bit higher on the back compared to the 627. And so then we rounded off with our LSO, and so our low profile one, which is a patient. I like to use that brace. I like to use that kind of brace when, say, patients are in the yard. It's summertime right now. Gardening is a big thing right now. I know a lot of people might hurt their back or strain their back or something like that. So what we offer them is kind of a little bit help. A little bit if they're weak or something like that after doing some ADLs essentially. So
Good. Well, sorry about that. I see this Zynex Cryo Heat too. Do you have this too?
Yeah. So cryo heat is actually, when you're kind of talking about hot cold, you've never had a patient ever complain about having a heating pad or a cooling pack. So what we offer is we do a 2-in-1. We do a cryo heat is what we call it. And kind of what separates it from other ones out there is that basically in our machine, you hook it up to the wall, and so what it does is it circulates the insulated tube. It comes already with pre-made ice cubes in there, so all you do is throw those ice cubes in the freezer and then pop them in when you're ready for the cooling sensation. And so say if you have an ankle, knee, shoulder, low back, or elbow, we do offer treatment sleeve areas in that as well, and so you can kind of depict on which one you want to do. Recently here I found that the low back blanket that people are getting is kind of the hot commodity right now, so patients have been loving that. And so
we have a lot of that here.
When you're using this, it's something you want to use at home. Say at the end of the day, you're tired, you just kind of want to relax your muscles a little bit and kind of, say if they're inflamed or anything like that, you can use that cooling sensation. And so a lot of patients give me great feedback on these. Usually they'll use them at the end of the day and stuff when they're kind of winding down, getting ready for bed and stuff. But
Cool. Well, you mentioned about insurance. So what type of insurance do you guys accept?
Yeah, so we work with every insurance here at Zynex. I can tell you the ones that we work with that are our specialties, and so these are the ones that we know patients aren't going to have a bill at all for. Number one is workers' comp. Workers' comp patients, it is actually illegal to bill them. You have to bill their workers' comp carrier or the adjuster, and so what we do is we bill that adjuster, and so the patient does not have any financial responsibility when you're going through that adjuster. The second one is the VA. We actually just got into a VA protocol here recently, and so VA patients are now not having to pay anything. What we are is we're in a contract under Zynex Medical, and so what that entails is that, say if it's a community care, something like that, we do process using an RFS form, which is a request for service that we used to send to the VA's prosthetic department, and the VA creates a purchase order for that, and so patient is not having to come out of pocket for those as well, which is neat. And then last one is our attorney/auto injury. So hopefully nobody out there is getting in a wreck or anything like that, but just so if you do, you hurt yourself, Zynex will take care of you. We'll go through that attorney for you. We'll make sure you have no financial out-of-pocket responsibility, and we'll get you taken care of.
Oh, Medicare, man. That's most of our patients.
Yeah, so we actually just rolled out a new Medicare guideline too. So Medicare, when you're dealing with bracing, if you haven't had a brace within a 2 to 5 year span, depending on which orthosis you're talking about with bracing, Medicare is now offering you one. So for example, the back brace is kind of the big hot commodity. If you haven't had a back brace within 5 years, Medicare is essentially wanting to give you one.
How about the E-Stim and then the hot and cold thing?
Yeah, so E-Stim and hot and cold, when you're dealing with Medicare, it really depends on their plan. And so say for a Medicare replacement or a Medicare Advantage plan, you do have the opportunity to get coverage. It's not a guarantee every time, but you can. A lot of factors can play in that, such as meeting your deductible and stuff like that. But usually a lot of patients aren't meeting their deductible kind of to the later end of the year and stuff, so a little bit more difficult. But
how about for traditional Medicare?
Yeah, so traditional Medicare, we do work with them. You know, I've seen some patients have success with getting coverage on traditional Medicare and stuff, but really just depends on the patient's plan. And so if the patient does have an out-of-pocket responsibility, they don't have to pay the lump sum at once. You can actually set up a payment plan through Zynex to where you can pay a little bit over time.
Cool. All right. Well, before I let you go, where can they see you? Where can they find you? Do you got a website, email, and then of course your fax number, and then your social security, and then your Facebook profile and everything?
Yeah. So if you guys ever are interested in any of our Zynex products, just go to our website. And so it's just Zynex.med or Zynex.com. And so what you can do is you can get on the portal. You can look at all of our products and stuff. And what you can do is you can actually go to one of your kind of primary care providers, or you can go to your PT in the local area. And so they should know the Zynex rep. If they haven't, then that means the rep hadn't been doing their job and getting out there and going.
There you go.
And so they should know them. They should have script pads, so you guys can get anything you want. We want to help you out the best we can. You know, that's kind of our motto here at Zynex, is helping patients kind of get off of the opioid crisis, just because it is taking over the U.S. And so, especially here in West Tennessee where we are, you know, with Tennessee ranking really high in opioid deaths a year, and we want to kind of cut down on that, man. So, you know, we just want to try to help provide conservative and non-opioid treatment the best way we can.
That's so true. Well, thank you again, Ethan. Appreciate you. But before I let you go, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you, because you are the average of the 5 people you're out with. Today I hang out with Ethan. You know, I feel like I want to be a Zynex guy now. I think I need that next wave here. Next letter is letter A, take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do him good if you don't take action. Take action. Go to his website, Zynex.com. Reach out to him. You know, go to that website. Is it safe to say this number here?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 731-363-3620 if you are here in the Northwest Tennessee area. And then next letter is share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. You know, share his website, Zynex.com. And last but not least, letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. So the more you teach it, the more you understand. And that's what Ethan is doing. He's teaching us how to understand and manage your pain way better, on top of or aside from taking all this pain medication. You can take care of your pain without too much pain medication, doing physical therapy, all this other, E-Stim device. Again, thank you very much, Ethan. Be awesome.
Thank you very much.
Be great, be excellent. And we'll see you in the next episode of our Rehab show.
See you, man.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.